Thank you, and welcome to another episode of the Windy City Nitty Gritty Podcast. I'm your host, Walter Hefner, and on this episode, we're doing a recap of the Chicago Bears 2019-2020 season. So, as we all know, the Bears went 8-8 for the record. Now, not bad, breaking even like that, but there are a couple of games I believe that they should have won. Their record should be 11-5 to me. Now, that week 1 game against the Packers, they should have won. That was a low-scoring game, but at the same time, when you look at the final score, the score was 10-3. And, the Bears had every opportunity to try and either get in the end zone or, get in field goal position to set up their kicker to even win this game for them. So that's one game that they should have won. As well as they should have won that game against the Raiders, as well as their game against the Chargers. So the record should be 11-5 to me, and they should be in the playoff picture, but unfortunately this is not the case. So we have to just take this season as it is and look at it as a time for them to reflect as well as rebound and regroup. Now, after the season ended, there were some firings that happened along the offensive side of things. So the offensive coordinator was fired, along with the offensive line coach, tight end coach, and the special teams assistant were fired. Given these firings that just happened, it goes to show that they want to do what they got to do to get the run game going like they should. Now, recently there was a story out where the Bears are looking into hiring Juan Castillo as the offensive line coach. Now, Juan Castillo has worked with Coach Nagy during their time with the Philadelphia Eagles, as well as Castillo's time as an offensive line coach when he worked with the Buffalo Bills for 2 seasons in 2017 and 2018. The Buffalo Bills finished top 10 in rushing yards. So, again, we're looking at the Bears to fix things on the offensive side, especially with the run game. Now, the passing game is fine. You got some good wide receivers out there. So, the thing about it is, the quarterback getting better. Mitch Trubisky does have to get better. And in order for him to do that, he really has to put in some work during the offseason, And mind you, Ryan Pace even said recently that they're still going to stick with Trubisky as the quarterback going into next season. So here's hoping that Trubisky can have a better season. And, we know Trubisky gets a lot of flack due to the fact that the Bears passed up on Patrick Mahomes as well as Deshaun Watson in the same draft just to get Mitch Trubisky. And as we see, Mahomes and Watson's teams, the Chiefs and Texans, are in the playoffs, and they are doing exceptionally well quarterback-wise for their teams. But the thing about Mitch Trubisky, it's a lot of pressure on him quarterback-wise because, as Chicagoans, especially football fans, we want to see our team get back to the playoffs. We can only, run off that 85 championship for so long that it's time to start getting another championship to talk about. We came close during Super Bowl 41, but unfortunately that didn't work out. So I'm willing to be patient with Trubisky, but, as a Chicago fan, we want that championship. We want that type of quarterback that's just going to come in, know the playbook, and, get us to where we need to be. But at the same time, certain quarterbacks, take a little time. Some catch on fast. Then some take time to grow and, get to know the system. So in Trubisky's case, if I were him, I would take advantage of the offseason to, learn the playbook, learn the passes, learn what to do and, what not to do. Catch up with other quarterbacks in the offseason, get some tips and advice from them. At the same time, with Trubisky, just hoping that the next season is a better season for him and that he can show that he is an elite quarterback. it seems like when it comes to the quarterback position for the Bears, it's hard to find that quarterback that you can really say is a good quarterback. I know everybody refers and talks about Sid Luckman being one of the best Bears quarterbacks that the organization had, but at the same time, we still have to, give a chance to other quarterbacks. So, in Trubisky's case, he's still a young guy, so I'm hoping he learns and grows at the same time from everything that's happened. Hopefully he's in the offseason studying and being ready to come back stronger than what he did with this season. Now, the season before, Trubisky was pretty good, but this time around, we're looking, for him to mature and show more maturity as a quarterback and show, that strong arm that he had with the previous season. We all want a quarterback here in Chicago, put up numbers like a Drew Brees or Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers. But at the same time, just got to be patient till we either Trubisky grows or we come across a quarterback that can adapt to Coach Nagy's system. And, we get a good offense going. Now, rumor has it that there are going to be free agent quarterbacks out there, such as a Cam Newton, even a Teddy Bridgewater. So we never know what the offseason brings for any team in the NFL. So, Ryan Pace did state that Trubisky would be the starting quarterback for next season, but all that could change if the right deals are out there. If they see something that's a really good deal to jump on, who knows? We may have a Cam Newton for our quarterback next season or a Teddy Bridgewater, or we may still have Trubisky for our quarterback next season. But again, it all depends on, what type of deals are out there and what's going to happen with that. Now, regarding Trubisky, we've seen flashes of him being that he can be a good quarterback. So, you look back on that Detroit Lions game on Thanksgiving and the numbers that he put up, as well as you look back on that Dallas Cowboys game right after that Detroit Lions game and the numbers that he put up. Now, I'm sure you'll agree if he can play like he did those two games, the Bears will be fine. That's the type of quarterback that the Bears are looking for. That's the type of quarterback we as fans are looking for. So if he can continue to put up numbers like he did and play like he did, the offensive side of things will be fine. So another thing that's going to play a factor is the new offensive coordinator that comes in, as well as the new offensive line coach and tight ends coach. So we have to see what coaches are being brought in. So that's going to play a factor into the offense overall. Now, going into the NFL draft, we know the Bears will not have no first-round draft pick, because of them trading away the first-round draft pick for Khalil Mack. So, however, there is going to be a second-round pick they have, as well as picks later on in the later rounds of the draft. So, the Bears have been known to pick some good guys, in the later rounds. So, I wouldn't really worry about the fact that they don't have a first-round pick. But you got a lot of diamonds in the rough, if you will, within the later rounds that you come across. You find even future stars in the later rounds. So, the Bears have been pretty good at finding good picks in later rounds, so I wouldn't really worry about who they select in the draft. But again, with the offseason, there are those deals that could come to management's desk and come their way, and who knows, there is that chance that the Bears may be able to get in the first round, get a first-round pick, maybe. But at the same time, anything can happen between now and the draft. So again, there's a chance that they may get a first-round pick, they may not. But we know they are definitely on a pick in the second round and the later rounds. So again, there are some good players out there still in the second and later rounds. So we've seen it plenty of time with the Bears. So I really wouldn't worry about, what the NFL draft brings. But like I said, anything can happen between now and then where the Bears can probably get something in the first round. Not the early part of the first round, but maybe that latter part of the first round. I could see a deal happening for them. But other than that, that's all I have to say about the Bears on this episode. So, let's look at this season as a time for them to reflect as well as to learn, grow, and become a better team for next year. And here's hoping that they make the right moves in the offseason that lead to them coming out with a better record and making that Super Bowl run that they should have had during that time when they played the Eagles and lost because of their kicker. Forgot the guy's name, don't even want to mention his name, but here's hoping that next season is a better season and that they can finally get that Super Bowl championship that we all been wanting and hoping for. And that's all I have to say about this on today. So don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter, Windy City Nitty Gritty. I'm your host, Walter Hefner. God bless you guys and take care.